I want to tell you about one of the most transformative panic attacks I've ever had. It was deeply unpleasant, but it led me to a question that changed my life. Did Jesus ever feel this way? Was he ever afraid? Did he experience fear? The answer turned out to be a resounding yes, and what I learned reshaped my relationship with anxiety forever. For the record, I'm not here to convert anyone. I've still got so many doubts and fears in my faith, and I've got no room for telling others what to believe. Whether you're Christian, someone of a different faith, or even of no faith at all, there's profound wisdom in this story that can help you transform your relationship with anxiety. So let's dive in. When was Jesus afraid? In the Garden of Gethsemane, shortly before Jesus was arrested and ultimately crucified, he was praying intensely. Christ knew the suffering and sacrifice he was about to endure. Luke 22:44 says, "And being in anguish, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground." I have always held Christ in such a high regard, and this helped ease some of the pain and shame associated with my fear. Hearing that Jesus, often seen as perfection in human form, experienced such extreme fear helped me see something important. Fear isn't a flaw, it's innately human. Even Jesus felt it. I needed to know more. How did Jesus handle his fear? What Jesus prayed in that moment of fear made it far more interesting. Luke 22:42 says, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Jesus did not want to endure the crucifixion. He asked God to spare him. In the Bible, a cup is used as a metaphor for experiences God assigns to people. That is what Jesus meant when he prayed, "Take this cup from me." But even more significantly, despite his immense fear, he resigned himself to God's will. He practiced radical acceptance. It was okay that he was afraid. It was okay that he wished for things to be different. But he didn't run away. He didn't cower. Even in a state of complete panic, a state where he was sweating blood, he practiced acceptance. After reading this, I knew I would never be the same. What can we learn from Christ? You don't have to be a fundamentalist Christian, or even a Christian at all, to walk away from this with some profound truths. Firstly, it's okay to not be okay. Don't feel bad about feeling bad. I know I used to carry a lot of shame with my anxiety. Not only did I feel poorly because I was afraid, but I doubled down on my suffering by wishing I wasn't the kind of person that felt anxious. Now I never double down. If I'm anxious or panicking, that's okay. Even Christ felt this way. Secondly, practice radical acceptance. No matter what I am going through, I do my best to be accepting of it. I see it as part of the plan. Remember, in the Bible, a cup is used as a metaphor for experiences that God assigns to people. Fear, panic, anxiety, suffering, whatever. If it is my cup, I shall drink from it. Thirdly, as Christ did, ask if this suffering is meant for you. Yes, sometimes in life we have to suffer and there is no way around it. Sometimes our suffering is our destiny. But there are also times where fear has utility. Sometimes it is trying to enlighten us to the fact that we are drinking from a cup that is not meant for us. If you do some self-examination and determine that you are not prepared to accept the consequences of something, then perhaps you should walk away from it. Maybe your anxiety is trying to tell you that this is not your cup to drink from. If you think that is the case, consider making a change. Or maybe at least do what Jesus did and ask God to take the suffering away from you. I hope this didn't feel too preachy. I am not an evangelist, nor do I have any desire to be. I am not trying to convince anyone of anything. My goal is to simply share the wisdom I found in this story and how it's changed my life. In that spirit, I don't know the right path to walk. I just want us to walk together. My name is Henry, and I blend physical fitness, mental health strategies, and spiritual principles to help you overcome anxiety and lead a more fulfilling life. You can think of me like your personal trainer for anxiety. I have anxiety too. We can connect, I can coach you, and I look forward to getting to know you and walking this path together. So if you are struggling with anxiety, take the first step and reach out to me at care@brentlab.com. Remember, Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." I am really looking forward to seeing you next time. Stay strong and keep experimenting.